This place is the entrance to hell, but when the ticket agent in hell scanned his ticket, the computer showed that he was supposed to go to heaven.
천국인. 아니, 천국 가셔야 되는 분이 왜 여기로 오셨어요?
The man didn't know what was going on, explaining he just followed everyone else. Although confused, the agent pointed him to the heaven gate and said that's where he belonged. Following the ticket inspector's cue, the man slowly walked towards the gate. Nearby, some bad people saw him heading for heaven and surrounded him. Under the watchful eyes of the villains, the man calmly opened the gate and entered heaven easily and casually. The villains were excited at the sight. They didn't want to suffer here, so they ran madly that way. But the moment the door was opened, what appeared outside was a sea of fire. Before they could react, they fell straight into it, and then the gate was closed again. It turns out that the gate of heaven automatically recognizes the faults committed by human beings in their past lives, and evil people will fall into hell if they force their way in. Then the ticket inspector guided them to line up again. At that moment, an old man came over. He stated that he had not killed anyone, but the system recognized him as a murderer.
일단 발설 줘.
저 사람을 안 죽였는데요?
네가 안 죽였지. 네 혓바닥이 죽였지. 그것도 몇십 명. 발설 줘.
It turns out that the old man was a swindler, although he didn't directly participate in the murder, but 12 victims were swindled by him and eventually chose to end their lives. According to the rules of hell, for every person killed, a centimeter of tongue must be cut off, so the old man had to be cut off 12 centimeters. I thought the old man was bad enough, but the man next to him was even worse. He was the head of a fraud ring, causing the deaths of hundreds. That meant he'd have his entire tongue cut off, and every time it grew back, it would be cut again, until he'd paid for all his sins. But this was just the tip of the iceberg in hell. These three young men looked harmless enough, but in their lifetime, they had often bullied their classmates in school, and were punished by being sent to a hell of screaming. An elderly couple walked up next, thinking they'd never harmed anyone, but when the ticket inspector pointed the instrument at the foreheads of the two men, they were instantly assigned to the fire soup hell. The old man just wanted to ask why, but the ticket inspector just pressed the button. He sent them down without saying a word. As soon as they arrived in hell, the elderly couple tried to make excuses, but they didn't know hell had full surveillance. Every action in life was watched, so there was no mistake. To prove it, the staff produced hard evidence. It turns out that this old couple looked so kind, but they used to abuse small animals in their lives. Seeing that their secret had been discovered, they lowered their heads in shame, but it's too late for regrets. They need to suffer the same torture as the small animals, and then throw them into the furnace. At that moment, another couple arrives at the entrance and they are about to be sent to love hell. The man explained that falling in love wasn't a crime.
사랑은 죄가 아니지. 불륜이 죄지. 중합지요.
It turns out that both of them have violated morality and ethics. At first, they thought they were lucky to still be together in hell. But suddenly, spikes appeared on the walls, slowly moving toward them. They were about to experience a cruel punishment. Meanwhile, these keyboard warriors will experience the most brutal mode of punishment.